I'm just going to take a minute and sit here and let you join from around the world. Wanted to just say hello and check in on you. As you are joining this broadcast, let me welcome you. I'm Mel Robbins. I'm the author of the book, The 5-Second Rule. I'm also the creator of 3 Audible original titles. They're all coaching titles. Take Control of Your Life, which is all about how you identify past trauma and reprogram your nervous system, and identify the patterns holding you back. Work It Out, which is how women can get ahead at work and kick ass. And I wanted to take a minute and just check in on you with everything that's happening around the world. Will you do me a favor and just go into the comments and tell me where you're tuning in from? We have a truly global audience. Tallahassee, hello from India. Hello, Albuquerque, Scotland. I absolutely love seeing our global, I just love seeing that we have a global community. Sweden, Brazil. Hi, how are you? I hope wherever you are and wherever you're watching this from, that you are safe, that you are healthy, that your loved ones are healthy. Hello, London. Hello, North Carolina. I'm so happy that you're joining for the first time live too. New Hampshire, Oregon, Great Britain, Ukraine, LA, Puerto Rico. Fantastic. It's so great to see you. I see that Jennifer saying we are hurting here in LA with the riots and the chaos. There is a lot of hurt right now. And that's why I wanted to check in on you and tell you that with all that's happening in the world and all that has happened with the kickoff of this year, can you believe it's June? And all that we have survived and all that we have faced, with all that's happening, whatever it is that you are feeling, if you're struggling, I want you to know that that's normal. When the world feels like it's upside down, it is normal to struggle. If you're feeling overwhelmed, that is normal. If you are grieving and you're scared, that is a normal reaction to what is absolutely happening right now. And I wanted to just say that if you feel strong enough, you should take this time to check in on family and friends, especially the ones that are usually strong that are now silent. Now is not a moment in time for you to stay silent or for you to isolate yourself. So I want to make sure that you're asking for what you need. I see angry. I see, this is the craziest year. You're right. I see people in Boston. It is a moment of wild emotions. One thing that has helped me, this is free. If you Google word wheel, I tried to print it out in color, but this is something that we used on my talk show all the time. This is what's called a word wheel. And what's interesting is if you ask a room of people to name emotions, go ahead and name some emotions. Typically, people only name 3. They name happy, sad, angry. But emotions are deeply complicated. And this is a word wheel where you start in the center with some of the very simple emotions and you move out. And the reason why I find this to be such a fantastic tool is because oftentimes when you express something, when you express that you're angry and you come out and you see what words are associated with anger: disgust, envy, irritable, exacerbated rage, and then you keep coming out, what you start to see that's related to anger are words like frightened, helpless, inferior, inadequate, mortified, frustrated, annoyed. And there are deeper emotions. And so I want to check in on you because I want to tell you that if you're struggling right now, disillusioned, I see the word hope too. And, here's something that I want to tell everybody. I have been so moved by the whole array of everything that I'm seeing. I'm moved by people that are expressing deep, deep pain that has lasted for Black men and women in this country for centuries. Burdens being carried that are so unfreaking fair. I'm moved by the number of people coming together. I'm moved by the largely peaceful nature of the way everybody's coming together. I'm moved by the protesters. I'm moved by the sheriffs and the police officers that I see joining in the protests. And it's all very overwhelming, but I do feel hope too. I feel a sense of hope that this could be a turning point that has been a long time coming. Now, I'm not naive because I know that this is an issue of not just people learning and embracing Black lives and Black Lives Matter, but also anti-racism. But I also realize that this is about systematic racism and systems that need to be disrupted. And so even though I know that it's going to take a tremendous amount of work, both individually and as a society, I am hopeful that this is a tipping point that will lead to lasting change. And so I want you to remember something. And then I'm going to talk about some free stuff, some tools that I can direct you to help you with your own stress, because I am not an expert in the area of anti-racism. There are amazing experts that offer courses and books, and I'm supporting their work and taking their courses and doing the work myself personally. And so are my team members. And so we will continue to direct you to the experts and tell you to please support their work. But I'm an expert in personal change, and I'm an expert in managing stress, and I'm an expert in changing your mindset and in taking action. And there's one thing that I want you to remember, that when you're overwhelmed, don't forget that there's power inside you. There is power to change yourself. There's power to change your life. There's power to change the world. And so one of the things that I want to tell you, in addition to reminding you that if you're struggling right now, that's normal, and you should not allow yourself to struggle alone. I want you to reach out to people that you care about. I want you to use all of the amazing free resources that are out there to ground yourself and to take care of yourself. And I want you to check in on people that you may be worried about. But you do have power inside you. You have power to settle your nervous system. You have power to take a deep breath. You have power to not be so reactive. You have power to look for the positive, which is super important, because it's so easy to get caught up in the negativity. It's so easy to look at the negative images, and our brains are designed to remember and hold on to negative things. You know, if you ask somebody to describe some of the biggest moments of their lives, most people remember things that are pretty negative. And we forget about the little things that are positive that are happening all around you. And there's a lot to be hopeful about, and there's a lot of work to do. And the same is true about your life. You know, I posted earlier today, I'm going to show you that in a minute. I do want to tell you, since we have such a global audience, haven't you been moved? This is a post by my friend Faustina over in New Zealand. And this is Auckland. These are protesters marching toward the U.S. Embassy in solidarity. I mean, it is just stunning and profound and hopeful what is happening. I also want to show you something. And this is by an artist, Oh Happy Danny. You can follow her at her Instagram account. And I love this. And it's probably backwards on Instagram. But until you fix here, your heart, and address it here in your home, nothing changes here. And I love this simple illustration because it's true. All change starts with you. All change. All change. And so if you want to do something right now, the thing to do is to look in the mirror and figure out what you can do to empower yourself. That's where change begins. And we all have things that we need to empower ourselves in, right? I posted this morning. I love this post on Instagram. It's backwards for you folks streaming on Instagram. If you had the courage to change anything about your life, what would it be? Put it in the comments right now. If you had the courage to change anything about your life, what would it be? I want to read you some of these. We've had almost 700 comments in less than 4 hours. To be stronger emotionally is what Cindy writes. To be more courageous is what Kate's writing. Moody says, the inability to not be able to sit with a difficult feeling. I want to be able to sit with a difficult feeling. Spackle Spoon says, reduce procrastination. Celia says, the feeling of not being good enough. If you had the courage to change anything, negative thoughts, I'd change my financial systems. I would change my lack of discipline. I would change my parenting. I would change my confidence and my courage. I would change my confidence to believe in myself. I would be more present with my children. I would stop holding on to things. I would love myself instead of relying on others. I would start a new career that doubles my income. I would make a commitment to building skills. I would eliminate my illness. I would not live in fear. Let's see. I would be a morning person. I would be more comfortable with my body. I would earn more money. I would believe in myself. This is excellent. Having the courage to state it is the first step in you being able to create change. And so here's what I want to offer up to you, because I know so many of you are struggling, okay? And you've been asking me since this pandemic started. I mean, just think about it. We have survived a pandemic. We're still living through it. There's still racial injustice every single day. We have so much work to do. There has been a massive downturn in the economy, so you may have been hit financially. You are facing so much right now, and there is also so much opportunity in the face of every challenge, because you know that if you had the courage, there are things you would change. And so first of all, because you've been asking for all kinds of resources to help manage stress, help manage anxiety, I want to remind you, you may not know this, but there are free resources on my website, melrobbins.com. There are 2 30-day courses that come complete with a workbook. One of them is called Mindset Reset. You may have already taken it. This might be a great time to take that free 30-day course right now. I see Melanie says her salon is still closed where she is. And so you're right. Everything small that I wanted to change feels so big now. The reason why, Margaret, is because the world is so overwhelming right now, which makes it very difficult to focus on anything. Because when the world is overwhelming, it stimulates a state where you feel agitated. You're in a state of what's called toxic stress. Your cortisol levels are amped up. That interferes with your ability to focus. And so you're not alone in feeling like all the little things you wanted to do are suddenly feeling really hard to focus on. You don't want to hold grudges anymore, I see somebody saying. What would I change? That's a great question. I would I would stop letting fear hold me back from making the biggest possible impact that I want to make in the world. And I would create a bigger vision for my next chapter. Because I think that even when I think about, I've been put in a situation like so many of you where I really do need to reinvent my business. I mean, I lost my talk show. My book contract was canceled for my next book. I basically make a living on the speaking circuit, and that's been put on hold for probably a year. And so I'm in the middle of having to ask myself, if I had the courage to change anything, what would I change? And I think that it would be to be less intellectual about what I'm going to do next, and open up my heart and go for the biggest possible, most juicy, amazing vision of the kind of company that I want to create. That's what it would be. And that's not to say that what I've done hasn't been awesome. It's just to say that, in answering the question, that's what I would go for. And that's what I am going to go for. And as part of that, I really want to make a bigger impact in the world. And the other thing is that I feel like personal development is a very, it's not as inclusive and diverse as it needs to be. So in this next chapter, am going to do a lot of work to amplify other voices and to make sure that the stages that I'm on and the things that I'm doing have a chorus of diverse voices. Anyway, here we go. So some of the free resources that I want to direct you to, if you go to melrobbins.com, is there's a course there that's free called Mindset Reset. I think more than 300,000 people have taken it at this point. It's a 30-day program. It comes with a workbook, and it teaches you how to manage stress, how to reprogram your negative thinking, how to deal with anxiety. And even if you've taken it, this moment of time would be an excellent time to go to melrobbins.com/mindset reset if you're looking for something to do for free. And I'm only saying this because everybody, we are getting so many. I see, hold on, I want to just acknowledge somebody. Mario Armstrong, I'm one of those diverse voices, is what Mario is saying. Awesome. Hello, Mario. Glad to amplify you here. I've completely lost my train of thought. Can you see, like, even the stress and the overwhelm is getting to me. I'm having trouble, like, even stringing a sentence together. So Mindset Reset, even if you've taken it before, it is super powerful. It teaches you a concept called think this, not that. It comes with a free workbook. I'm telling you all this not because, I'm telling you this because we keep getting emails every day and comments and direct messages asking for resources to manage stress and anxiety. So I want to make sure that, especially given that I know that so many of you have lost your jobs and you're not in a position to be spending money, I got your back. Go to melrobbins.com/mindset reset, and that will walk you through 30 days with a workbook. It is free. Share it with anybody you want. The second thing that I want to tell you about is there's another course called Best Decade Ever that's free. It's 30 days long. It's got a workbook. And, you know, ironically, we taught it in January. We've had more than 200,000 people take it, and it walks you through dreaming bigger. And I'm going to tell you something. Everything that I put on my list for what I was going to create this year is out the window because of the pandemic. So now I need to rethink this. And so those are two free resources. And all this week, I'm going to be linking to all kinds of other experts that are doing work around stress and anxiety and self-care, that are offering up all kinds of stuff that you can do for free. You can donate to people if you want to, but this is a way that I'm going to amplify more voices. I see Irene saying her stress is back. Her bankruptcy went through. She's an essential worker. Irene, get yourself in Mindset Reset. Please, you need to take care of yourself, everybody. And for those of you that have been begging for a live program, I am not going to jam a hard sell down your throat right now. I really want you to know that the power of you is here. It is a live program, and I'm only talking about it because it ends for registration tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern. So yes, I'm attending a protest this week in Boston. Absolutely, I am. So I will be at a protest this week in Boston. So here's the thing. I'm getting a lot of questions about the courses. Hold on one second. So the course name's for free, melrobbins.com/mindset reset or melrobbins.com/best decade ever. You can also just go to melrobbins.com and click on the course button, and you'll see the courses there. Mindset Reset is free. Best Decade Ever are free. I imagine if you Google it, you'll probably find the landing pages where you can sign up for free too. Now, for those of you that have been asking me to do a live program, as soon as the pandemic hit, we got an influx of literally thousands of requests for me to offer some kind of transformational program live. We heard you. We have brought back my most powerful coaching program. It's called The Power of You. I haven't taught it or led it for 2 years. We've opened it up for registration. Registration closes tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It is a live program led by me. And it closes tomorrow. And I don't extend deadlines. It's June 2nd at 5 p.m. And we kick off the first live video training on June 3rd. We already have almost 1,000 people from around the world registered into this. Let me tell you what it's about very quickly. It is 4 weeks long. It's basically the month of June. There are 6 live coaching sessions with me where you get to ask questions that are very interactive. If you're not interested in this, you can jump off the live stream now. If you do want more information, just go to melrobbins.com/powerofyou. It's all there. It comes with this big workbook. And what do? The whole course is about unlocking the clarity, confidence, and courage to unlock the power in you. All based on science. I'm doing the course with you. The final week of the course is called Personal Project Week, where I lead you step by step through writing your next chapter. And we'll teach you how to quiet down the noise and amplify your own voice. So that's it. If you're interested in it, terrific. If it's not for you, terrific. We only brought it back because so many of you were asking us to bring back a live coaching program. And, you know, I was really conflicted about whether or not we should even go forward with it based on everything that started happening this weekend. But given that there were almost 1,000 of you already in the course, I absolutely did not want to let you down. And I think it's really important to continue to do the work on yourself. Because again, when things are very overwhelming, when your life gets turned upside down, when you feel like you either see a massive opportunity to create enormous change in your life or in the world around you, or you see a massive opportunity to create a new chapter in your life, regardless of what's going on around you, you've always got power inside you. You've got power to change yourself. And that's where all change begins, everybody. You get clear here. You get confident here. You get courageous here. You can do anything out there, anything at all. That's where the power begins. The power to change yourself, the power to change your life, and the power to change your world. So again, the free resources, everybody, are at melrobbins.com, 2 30-day free courses, and then the live program that I'm leading. Registration closes tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And that program is melrobbins.com/powerofyou. All right, everybody. Please stay safe. Please keep checking in on the people that you love. Please ask for help if you need it. And know that I am here. I see somebody has a question. What's the time commitment, Lost Caper? You're going to be very happy to hear this. I've redesigned the course for this moment in time. And it is about 20 or 30 minutes tops. Plus, I give you the weekends off so that you can catch up. Plus, everything is stored in a course platform so you can go to the videos when you want. We kick off live June 3rd with the global student body with a live Q&A on video. I've also, the 6 live trainings, they're scheduled at 6 different times because we know we have a global student body. So whether you're in India or New Zealand or Europe or the West Coast or wherever you are in the world, there will always be at least one live training during the daytime for you. And I think what everybody needs right now is some empowerment and some inspiration and some clarity and some courage. And whether you find that through the resources I'm sharing or somewhere else, please, please go do the work in here, everybody. In case nobody else tells you, let me tell you, I love you. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to change your life. I believe in your ability to change your relationships. And I believe in your ability to change this world for the better. And I'll be right there beside you, doing the work. All right. I'll see you later.